This video is going to help you understand the incredible benefits of being a bit hungry and letting that feeling be part of your life to increase health, strength, and mind focus. After this video, you will not look at hunger in a negative way anymore. And if you're trying to lose weight or concentrate better to study or combat brain fog, be healthier in general, or aiming to thrive in life, this knowledge will definitely help you. Studies show that hunger promotes faster brain performance, preserve muscle, lose fat, reduce cardiovascular inflammation, and even if it's hard to believe, make you feel greater than ever. I'm not saying that you need to starve, but feeling a bit hungry can not only make you healthier and live longer, but above all, think faster, be more resilient, and be more creative. When the body signals caloric deficit, it will activate secret metabolic pathways that will not only search for alternate energy sources, but make sure that you are at your peak performance. It's like a hidden superpower in you that gets activated as a survival protocol mechanism. Our ancestors could spend several days without eating until they could hunt something. And not only they were able to survive and preserve their health, but were able to hunt very efficient. And even if we now have food available everywhere and we don't need to hunt anymore, our bodies have still these survival evolutionary tools engraved in our genetic code, and those superpower protocols are still activated when we become hungry. So let's explore the benefits one by one. By the way, each of your views, likes, comments, and shares help us keep creating content that can help you and many people to have better lives. So thank you. Let's get into it. The first most impressive thing that happens when we are hungry is fat loss. If you're looking to lose some weight, this is good news. Because when glucose and our glucose reserves are depleted, because we don't eat enough, fat would be the next best thing to burn. We have accumulated fat precisely for these emergencies. And this is what happens exactly. When the body detects a caloric deficit, it triggers the hormone ghrelin, which is called the hunger hormone. But what this hormone really does, it signals every organ, every cell in your body, a state of emergency. It's like, something is going on, guys. We are not getting the food we used to. We need energy. So basically, ghrelin is the loudspeaker that tells the whole body to adapt and survive. Protocols start to be activated, other pathways to search for energy. Those other pathways will be fat burn. But cells are usually quite rusty in their fat burning skills because they are used to burn glucose, which is much easier to swallow and runs out quickly and gives fast energy. While fat is more difficult to burn, but release energy in a more steady way for longer time. And how amazing the body is, because fat burn is designed to last, because it's exactly what we need in times when we don't have immediate access to food. So the cells needs to learn again to burn fat efficiently if you are not used to hunger. And this is how it works. The fat is delivered to the cells in the form of ketones, which are ready-to-consume fat packages built by the liver, especially for the cells. The mitochondria, the factories of energy of every cell, are the ones that process these ketones to release energy. If the mitochondria are not used to it, it might take a few weeks for them to be really good and really efficient at burning the fat ketones. But once they adapt and learn, they have these skills for life, which means the more time you are used to the hunger feeling, the least hunger you will have, because your cells will be actually consuming fat slowly and steadily, and your body will be getting the energy it needs. The ghrelin hormone also activates elevation of the growth hormone. The growth hormone, among others, is responsible for muscle preservation, and it makes sense. It's a survival mechanism again. In absence of food, we are going to need our muscles ready to hunt. So we don't want to lose any muscle fiber. There was a study that showed how mice lost 50% more muscle mass when they were constantly feeding, in opposition to those who were not given food so often. This is especially important when you are over 40. You are naturally losing muscle mass over time. So on top of exercising and resistance training, being hungry from time to time will help you to preserve your muscle mass. This is for me the most important advantage. As I was saying, when food is scarce, the fat in your body becomes the emergency power source and the liver processes it to create ketones. The ketones are ready to consume fat. This is actually very good for the brain. This stable, long-lasting, constant stream of energy that is produced by the fat burning makes the brain also become more stable and powerful. The brain likes stability because it becomes foggy and dull with peaks of energy in a short time, for example when we consume sugary food. Sugar is burned very quickly, creating spikes of energy, and soon after comes a crash, the famous sugar crash. But a ketone burning, slow and steady release of energy sharpens mental focus. It highlights the ability to hear, see, and sense things in the environment that we would normally not be able to perceive. It is also demonstrated that ghrelin, the hunger hormone, makes the brain cells to be able to send signals between neurons faster because the synapses become more dense. And there are studies that back this up. Again, this makes total sense from a survival point of view. We want our brain to be at its best performance and sensitivity to the environment because our ancestors needed to hunt and be creative and resourceful in solving the problem of getting food in famine periods. Well, it turns out that being hungry is also good to regulate blood pressure and good for cardiovascular disease risk. So there are some studies that demonstrate that when ghrelin is circulated, it combats the inflammatory response from oxidized LDL. This means you're not going to have this bad cholesterol that causes the inflammation within the arteries and growth in arterial plaque. And finally, we have cellular recycling. Sometimes cells go wrong. They don't behave properly, but they are still there, feeding from glucose and spreading diseases. When we cut the glucose intake, they cease to exist, which is very beneficial. So becoming hungry from time to time, it's actually cleaning up bad cells in your body. And once you have adapted to fat burn and you are in peace with the hunger feeling, which comes with time, you can go to the next level, prolonged fasting. When we go that way, the protocols increase over time and we get to the autophagy protocol. The body not only will kill bad cells, but will start to repair the good cells because we start to identify which parts of the cell are not working well so they can break them down into energy. So basically the body is going to self-repair, clean and optimize. This is the next level of superpower stuff. Longer fasting periods, but needs medical supervision and you adapting to the hunger feeling before you try it. Now, in order to start this, you can try simple things. The first thing is to reduce snacking. You need to detect when you are about to snack and stop it. Leave more time between meals without eating, 2-3 hours, to make sure the hunger protocols kick in. Don't get too full. If 100% is you're really feeling full, leave always the tables with a 75% fullness feeling. Don't have a big dinner, go to bed mildly hungry. People who have late dinner or big dinners at night, it's simply going to delay those protocols much more in the precious hours we have of sleep where our body repairs. Now, to do this, you need to overcome the feeling of hunger. It's not easy at the beginning, but trust the process. You will get used to it. Your body will be more efficient at finding other sources of energy. And of course you need to eat, but being a bit hungry from time to time is not going to hurt you, but help you. Embrace the feeling of hunger in your life, accept it as something positive and not negative, and unlock your hidden superpowers. And I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear comments from you if this works for you or have worked in the past for you to feel better. And have a look at more videos of this channel that will help you to thrive. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe because I don't want you to miss a thing. We create these videos for you, so make sure you subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.